Hello children, we are in the second chapter, Is Matter Around Us Pure? In the previous video, we learned about distillation and fractional distillation. Okay, so we can separate two miscible liquids by distillation and fractional distillation method. Now, today we will learn how to separate two immiscible liquids. We have seen that we can separate miscible liquids by distillation and fractional distillation. But how to separate two immiscible liquids? Now, what do you mean by immiscible? The liquids that do not completely mix with each other. Okay, we can easily differentiate one liquid from another, and they will form separate layers. Such liquids are called immiscible liquids. Example, oil and water. So when you mix oil with water, definitely they will not mix with each other. We can see a separate layer forming. Okay. Now how to separate these two immiscible liquids? For that we have a special apparatus called as separating funnel. Okay. A mixture of two immiscible liquids can be separated by using a separating funnel. Now this separation technique, it is based on the differences in their densities. Okay, it means the liquid which is more denser will form the lower layer, and the liquid which is less denser will form the upper layer. Okay. Now this is how a separating funnel looks like. Separating funnel, we have a stop cock, or you can say tap. Okay. Now first I have a mixture of kerosene oil and water. They are immiscible. Okay. So we will take the mixture of kerosene oil and water in a separating funnel. Shake the mixture, okay, and allow it to stand undisturbed for some time. So what will happen? Water and kerosene oil will settle down. Now water being heavier, it will form the lower layer, and kerosene oil being lighter, it will form the top layer. Okay, so what we will do, we will turn on the stopcock or the tap. So water is down, so we can collect the water first. So once the water is completely run off or completely collected, okay, turn off the stopcock or tap, and then take a new beaker and turn on the stopcock or tap and collect the kerosene oil. So in this way we can get kerosene oil and water separately. Okay, so water being heavier forms the lower layer, and kerosene oil being lighter forms the upper layer. Even we can take a mixture of petrol and water. They both are immiscible. So we can separate by using separating funnel. So in that petrol and water, petrol being heavier will form the lower layer, and petrol being lighter will form the top layer. Okay. Now we have a mixture of oil and water. Okay, so take a mixture of oil and water in a separating funnel, shake it properly, and keep it undisturbed for some time. So what will happen? Water and oil will separate. Water being heavier will form the lower layer, and oil being lighter will form the top layer. Okay, so we can turn on the stopcock or tap and collect the water. So once all the water is completely removed, we can take a new beaker and then collect oil. Okay. Now we can use oil, means it can be groundnut oil or cooking oil or mustard oil. Okay, so these oil, groundnut oil, mustard oil, they are lighter than water. So they will form the top layer and water will form the bottom layer. Now, if we have a mixture of mercury and water, okay, they both are immiscible. So take a mixture of mercury and water in a separating funnel. Now, mercury is heavier than water, so it will form the lower layer, and water, being lighter, will form the upper layer. So what? We will open the stopcock. First, mercury, which is the lower layer, will be collected. Once the whole mercury is collected, turn off the stopcock or tap. Take a new beaker and collect the water. Okay. So in this, mercury is heavier, will form the lower layer, and water, being lighter, will form the upper layer. Now we have learnt about a liquid, carbon disulfide. In this chapter only we have learnt. Okay. So even that carbon disulfide is heavier than water. Chloroform. You must have heard about chloroform. When chloroform, it is heavier than water. So if you take a mixture of chloroform and water, so what will happen? Chloroform will form the lower layer and water will form the upper layer. Okay. Now we'll see separation of mixtures by using more than one method. So right now we have used only one method, either centrifugation or distillation or separating funnel. Now if we have mixture containing 2 or 3 components, so we cannot separate the components by only one method. So that time we will use more than one separating techniques. Let's see. How will you separate iron filings, ammonium chloride and sand from their mixture? So over here we have a mixture of iron filings, ammonium chloride and sand. So how are we going to separate these 3 components? Now first, just let us look at the properties. Now iron filings, if we add water, what will happen? It is not soluble. Even sand is not soluble. So water is not going to help. We have learned that we can separate iron filings by magnet, right? So magnet will stick to the iron will stick to the magnet. We have learned ammonium chloride. We can separate ammonium chloride by sublimation method. Okay, so first what we will do, we will take this mixture of 3 components and take a magnet. Bring the magnet close to the mixture. So all the iron filings will attract to this magnet. So in this way we can separate iron filings. Now what is remaining? Ammonium chloride and sand. We know ammonium chloride will sublime on heating. So heat the mixture of ammonium chloride and sand. So as you start heating, ammonium chloride will turn into vapors. And the vapors, when you cool, we'll get the ammonium chloride back. What will happen to sand? Nothing. It will remain unchanged. So for such kind of mixtures, we can use 2 separating techniques. One is magnetic separation for separating iron filings and sublimation for separating ammonium chloride. Okay. Second one, describe a method of separating common salt from a mixture of common salt and chalk powder. So over here we have a mixture of common salt and chalk powder. So from this mixture, how are we going to separate common salt? Very simple. Now if I add water, what will happen? I know that salt will dissolve in water, but chalk powder will not dissolve in water. Okay, so what we will do, we will add some water to the mixture containing salt and chalk powder and stir the mixture. So what will happen? Salt will dissolve in the water, but chalk powder will remain undissolved. So then what we will do? We can separate them by filtration. So using a filter paper, if we'll separate this mixture, what will happen? The water containing salt, it will pass through the filter paper easily. So we can collect that separately. And chalk powder, it will remain as residue on the filter paper. So we got chalk powder separately. Now how to get salt? So if I evaporate that water, salt solution, water will be evaporated and I'll get the salt back. Okay, so we can separate. So over here we are using two separating techniques. One is filtration for separating chalk powder. Another is evaporation for separating salt. Third one, if you are given a mixture of sand, water and mustard oil, how will you separate the components of this mixture? So over here we have a mixture of sand, water and mustard oil. How will we separate them? Now we know sand is insoluble in water, so it will remain there only. Even oil and water, they are immiscible, so even they will not mix with each other. So what we can do, we can first use filtration technique. So we'll take a filter paper and filter. So what will happen? Water and oil, they will easily pass through the filter paper and we can collect it. What about sand? Sand will remain as residue. It will remain back as residue on the filter paper. Okay, so we got sand separately. Now water and mustard oil. So what we will do, we just now learned, we will pour that mixture in a separating funnel. So what will happen? Water being heavier will form the lower layer and mustard oil lighter will form the upper layer. So we can separate water and mustard oil by using separating funnel. So we can separate sand by filtration and oil and water by separating funnel. Okay, so with this we are done with this chapter. We have finished the chapter. Okay, so let us take a quick recap of what all things we have learned in this second chapter. The name of the chapter is matter around us pure? Okay, so we got the answer. No, the matter around us is not pure, because matter exists in pure form as well as impure, that is mixture. We learnt about pure substances, elements, compound. Okay, we learnt about properties of metals, non-metals and metalloids. We learnt about mixtures. So there are two types of mixtures, homogeneous and heterogeneous. You learnt about solutions, suspension and colloid, and about their properties. We learnt about different types of colloids. Then we learnt about concentration of solution, solubility, saturated and unsaturated solution, physical and chemical changes, and then various separating techniques like centrifugation, chromatography, crystallization, distillation, fractional distillation, separating funnel, then magnetic separation, evaporation, sublimation. Okay, so these all things we have studied in this chapter. Okay, I hope you have understood this chapter. Thank you, children.